Simple and Out has a lot of features that help you automate the drudgery away of using a typical in-out board. And today we're going to focus on the probably the most popular feature that we offer, period, but definitely also the most popular automatic updating feature we do, which is Geofences, a feature that really puts Simple and Out on the map all the way back in 2011 when we started building our product. And so Geofences can allow anyone who's carrying the Simple and Out app on their phone, properly configured, to automatically have their status on the Simple and Out board updated as they come and go from real world locations. So think of having a geofence around your office, and as the users come in, they automatically get checked in so you know everybody's at the office. And when they leave, they automatically get checked out so you know they've left and gone home for the day. It's truly a game changing feature and one that can make sure you have a very accurate in out board. So today we're going to talk a little bit about geofences. We're going to talk about how they work. We're also going to just show you how to set up geofences as an administrator and how to turn them on as an individual user. So first, let's talk a little bit about geofences in general. So here I'm in our settings screen on Simple and Out, where I can see a list of my current geofences. I can even flip over to a map view and see a map view of where our geofences are located in the real world. Now, geofences work by piggybacking off of things that your phone is already doing all day anyways. So as you carry your phone around in the real world, it's always looking for nearby cell phone towers just in case you receive a phone call. It's also always looking for nearby Wi-Fi hotspots so it can upgrade your internet access. And based primarily on these things, we could understand whether you've crossed boundaries and we could update your status accordingly. It's really pretty great. And it allows you to maintain, you can have these features on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with a near zero impact on your battery life. Because again, we're using things your phone is doing anyways. Also, I want to make a real quick upfront note about privacy. We take privacy incredibly seriously at Simple and Out, and we have baked privacy into our geofence implementation all the way back in 2011 when we founded this feature in this category. So Simple and Out, for privacy reasons, never, ever, ever transmits your location data off of your device. And because location data never leaves your device, we can't store it or share it or display it in any way, shape, or form. So you'll never see a map where users are in real time. And that's intentional. It's because we don't have access to that data on purpose. So when you cross a geofence boundary and you've enabled these features, it's just the same as if you took out your phone and you performed a status update yourself. The only thing is, the Simple and Out app does all that heavy lifting for you so that you can focus on doing whatever you're doing and know that your Simple and Out board is up to date. So you can have your geofences on all the time without penalizing your battery, without compromising your privacy, but while making your life a lot easier and keeping your status board always up to date for everybody else. Okay, that all out of the way, let's take a look at how you would create geofences in Simple and Out. So let's go ahead and add a geofence. So I'm going to flip back over here to the list and I'm going to click Add Geofence. Now, as you can see right out of the bat, I can start by either grabbing my own location, which I could do here, or I could use a great Google search in order to type in a location. So because we're Arlington Financial, we're probably a bank. So let's go ahead and pick a bank. And here we go. We get to start right here at a bank branch. And we'll say this is our geofence. Now, as the administrator, you get to control the geofence's location. So by moving this around here, I can control where it's located. And I can also control the geofence's size just by dragging these little handles. Now, due to the nature of geofences, as I mentioned earlier, the larger geofences are, the more accurate they tend to become. And that's due to the low power nature of geofences themselves. So in fact, if you make your geofence super small, we'll even give you this warning that says larger geofences are more reliable. That's again, to your benefit of trying to make sure you can try to make geofences as large as possible. I'm going to go with about like, let's just try to make sure that message goes away. Let's do about like this. I think this is really good. Now I need to give this geofence a name. So let's go ahead and call this New Bank Branch. There we go. And let's go ahead and hit create. Okay, so now I'm back to the list here and I have my new bank branch. If I click on it, I can see exactly where we put it. And I could edit this again after the fact if I wanted to make this a little bit bigger or nudge it around. I also can come in here now and control the settings, the behavior of the geofence as the administrator. By default, well, when you cross the boundary going in, it's an entry, and you'll be in with a nice comment of in at new bank branch. And by default, you can exit, you'll be out with a comment of left new bank branch. So the comments are set to add that valuable context to your board. You can control, though, a little bit further here. You can definitely change the comments that are planted behind. You could also change the status. So you could change a different status. So maybe you have a location where you want people to be signaled that they're in, but maybe they're remote. Maybe it's not your primary office, or maybe it's a job site or something like that. You could definitely do that as well. In this case, you could also even turn it off so no status update will occur. So that when you leave a geofence, you will not update at all. Maybe you have a different mechanism for checking people out, or maybe you want to overtly have them do it themselves. These are all advanced use cases, but know that Simple and Out covers all of those use cases if you wish. For us, this seems about right, so we're absolutely going to go with this. Although I did adjust the size here, so I'm going to click Update. Okay, so that's how you could create geofences for everyone with permission in your organization to utilize. Let's go ahead and flip over to the phone and take a look at what that looks like over there when we want to activate a geofence. Okay, so here we are within the Simple and Out application on my phone. In this case, it's my iPhone. And we're looking to turn on these geofences. When we talk about geofencing, I always like to refer to them as a division of labor. We showed you the administrators. They're the ones who create the geofences with the rules. But the users are the ones who need to download the Simple and Out app onto their phone. They would sign into it with their credentials, and then they will go ahead and turn these features on. So here I'm in the settings area under my account, and I can go ahead and tap on automatic status updates, and then I flip this master switch to enable. Now, when I flip this switch, Simple It Out will ask you, if this is the first time, for a number of permissions we need in order to make this feature work. Things like the ability to run in the background and the ability to see your location. Remember earlier we talked about the privacy protections we have in Simple and Out. They are there, but even though we have those privacy protections, you still need to, of course, affirmatively allow us to see your location on the device in order to understand when you've crossed those boundaries. So also here, you'll notice that what I'm being asked, I've already accepted these permissions before, so I'm not being asked again. But I'm also being asked here for notifications, where notifications will tell me if a geofence fails. So for example, if I crossed a geofence, but we couldn't get the update around, maybe you were in poor network conditions, we want to know that that happened. And you can choose whether this is on or off. I'll click yes here and make sure that this is on. So here I have a list of my geofences. And you can see, here we go. I have all my geofences in here, including my new bank branch. I can tap on my new bank branch. It'll show me where it's located, so you can see where it is and the size. And it will also tell me the behavior. And if I wish to use this geofence, all I have to do is flip the switch to turn it on. And that is it. Geofences is now on my phone. And the next time I cross one of these boundaries, whether or not the phone is in my backpack or my pocket or my purse, doesn't matter. I will be checked in when I cross in, and I'll be checked out when I cross out. So geofences, it's almost like magic how it can keep your board up to date, all while respecting the user's privacy and the user's battery life.